everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So we're here today because it is Thursday, which means it is Booklist Thursday. Booklist Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. Today we have moved locations because I have too many children home with me at the moment. So it's just easier for me to hide up here, honestly. So please tell me I'm not the only one that hides in my room, because I totally do. Anyways, okay, so today's subject I think is super unique, and I don't remember where I heard this. I don't remember, but it came to me, and I think I messaged Sarah like right away and was like, we have to do this. And she slightly freaked out for just a moment, but she's fine now. So basically, we're answering the question of what 5 books would you pick if you could only read 5 more books for the whole rest of the year. All I can read are these 5 books, and that's it. So what would you pick? So my strategy here is to prolong reading as long as I possibly can, but to also give me options to reread. So 2 criteria I think is pretty important. So I have a variety here because I like my variety. I know that if I just pick the biggest books on my TBR, they may all be the same genre, and that's not going to work if I'm restricted to only these 5 for the rest of the year, which would be very hard because I'm such a mood reader. So anyways, the first one I picked up is Babel. This is by R.F. Kuang. This was quite the story not that long ago. Like, everybody was reading this. Haven't gotten to it because, you know me, big books, we don't always like each other. So, but this is like a historical fantasy taking place in the 1800s. We follow Robin, who is an orphan. He's brought to London by a professor. He trains for years in certain languages, Latin, ancient Greek, and Chinese, in preparation to basically enroll in Oxford University's Royal Institute of Translation, also known as Babel. He's faced with the option to join a student revolution, and we go from there. I know this centers a lot around languages, things getting lost within translation. There's some magical elements to it. I've heard good and bad things about it, I guess. I don't know. But I think it would be something that could keep me interested enough, but also something I could go back and reread to kind of see where things connect and tie together and whatnot, and big enough to keep me interested. So that would be option 1. Next one I had to go with, making sure I'm going to enjoy some books, a specific book. So I'm going to pick up a Jodi Picoult book because usually takes me a little longer to digest. They're books I absolutely would entertain rereading, and I need to get through her backlist. So Sing You Home is one I have not read yet. This one centers around music. So we have Zoe, who throws herself into her career as a music therapist. She had a series of personal tragedies that she survived herself and found relief within music. There's an unexpected friendship that blossoms into love. She makes plans for a new life, but her shock and inevitable rage, to her shock and rage, some people, even those she loves and trusts more, don't want this to happen. It explores the delicate boundaries of identity, love, marriage, and parenthood. What happens when the outside world brutally calls into question the very thing closest to our hearts, our family. And we go from there. So always, I couldn't tell you a Jodi Picoult book I did not enjoy. She always makes me think and question things. And again, I could see myself absolutely going back and rereading a Jodi Picoult book. So, and I kind of picked one of the bigger ones that I have yet to read. So, then we're going to go with a book of the month one, this Tenderland by William Kent Kruger, another one that I've heard really great things about. This one's summer of 1932 in Minnesota. The Lincoln Indian Trading School is a place where Native American children are forcibly separated from their parents and are sent to be kind of officially re-educated. And then we have Odie O'Banion is an orphan boy whose exploits constantly earn him the superintendent's wrath. Sounds like my kind of kid. Him and his brother are the only white faces among the hundreds of Native American children at this school. After they commit a crime, they are forced to flee for their lives along with their best friend. He's a mute boy named Moose, I think, of Sioux heritage. Out of pity, they also take with them a broken-hearted little girl named Emmy. They steal a canoe and they basically go and head onto the Mississippi. So I've heard, again, great things about this. Pretty decent-sized book. Feels like it would be one I could find myself just getting lost in. And again, taking my time because we need 5 books to span a lot of months before I could pick new ones. So trying to give me some books that, again, maybe I would go back to. I've heard such good things about this. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know. So then we're going to get to, I needed a little bit of romance in here. But I didn't want, so I tend to just eat my romance books like candy. Like I devour them like candy. So I wanted something that was going to take me a little bit more time. So I grabbed P.S. I Love You. This is by Cecilia Ahern. I've seen the movie. I've not read the book. So I know, even if it's slightly like the movie, I know this is one where we're going to explore the relationship of Holly and Gary. Happily married couple, and then at 30 he's diagnosed with a terrible illness, and months before his death Holly receives packages months after his death receives packages and kind of goes down memory lane of their relationship. So I love the romantic side of it, and I think I'm able to slow down enough for it to take some time and to really dive into this book, and I could see myself rereading it as well. So why I haven't read it, I'll tell you why, because I'm scared of bawling my eyes out like I did with the movie. So we'll just be honest about that. Then I have the tome of all tomes, the probably biggest book on my shelf that I want to read so desperately, but almost 900 pages, 800 pages prevents me from that. So I think this would definitely take me some time. It's 11/22/63 by Stephen King. So this is kind of the what if. What if somebody could go back in time and prevent the Kennedy assassination? And how would that change things? It's kind of answering that question. Huge, right? Big. Would take me some time for sure. I feel like I'd get completely engrossed in it and completely obsessed with it. And then I could watch the Hulu series. And then, I could rewatch this movie as well. It would get me through the year. But yeah, this thing, it just scares me. And I know you guys are going to come and say, oh my gosh, Lindsey, just do it. Just read it. It's going to be fantastic. I just got to get there. But anyways, I am really interested in it. So if I was completely confined to just the 5 books, this would for sure probably be the first one that I picked up. I mean, the margins are fairly big, so it's not like it's really, let's not lie, 800 pages. That's like 3 books for me. Something like that. Maybe not quite. Anyways, those are the 5 books I would read if I was restricted to only 5 for the rest of the year. That's what my TBR would be. Leave a comment below. Do you think this is something you guys could do? And what books would you pick? This is a really interesting conversation that I've had over the last few days with a number of people. Sarah, again, got a little panicky, but she's okay. Trust me, I checked in on her. She's all right. I'm interested to see what she picks up. I wonder if it's going to be like some epic fantasy. I did consider, I'm like, what if I picked like a series? But I don't know, I'd be restricted to just that storyline. So I don't know. And then I thought about picking my Narnia bind up. But I went a different direction. Anyways, there's options, right? There's ways we could probably scoot around this. Anyways, let me know what you would pick. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel and see what she has for us today. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye.